What's up, everybody? It's your boy Big Papa JT. Back at you guys with another video. Before I begin, make sure to like the video and subscribe. I upload NFL videos and college football videos daily. So make sure to subscribe so you never miss a video. And let's get into it. The truth about Antonio Brown and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Now, if you guys haven't heard, it was a story or it's a big rumor going around that Antonio Brown demanded a trade. Last Wednesday, he got into a heated argument with Ben Roethlisberger. Big Ben yelled at him. AB retaliated, got mad. The two exchanged words and then Tom threw a football at him at that, and walked out. And then he came, I believe, Friday and thought he was finna play, and Mike Tomlin put the foot down and said, "No, you're not playing." Then the Steelers, I guess they tried to hide the incident that happened Wednesday by saying that he didn't play because he had an injury. But as we all know, the media finds out everything. The story got leaked, and this is what happened. So here's another thing that kind of makes sense to me, and I think this might actually have some truth to it. So this dude on Monday QB, you guys most likely don't watch that show because it's on the CBS Sports Network, but it comes on 6 o'clock every Monday. This guy said that he heard that Antonio Brown was already mad before Wednesday's walkthrough because Juju Smith-Schuster was voted the team MVP instead of him. Now, this is true. Well, it might be true, and here's why I think that might be true. If Antonio Brown is so caught up into his stats and doesn't really care about winning and is so ego driven, that could have some truth to it. Because think about it. If he probably thinks he's the most important player on the team. Ryan Clark said that a few years ago when he got signed to that contract or extension or whatever, that he's got into an argument with Dick LeBeau, and he said, "I'm the franchise," something like that. So this could be true, and this could be why he was already a little bit on edge, and then all it took was Big Ben to say something to him. It could have been something small or something like that, and Antonio Brown just lost his cool. He couldn't hold any more in, and then he just went crazy. And then Big Ben probably said something back, and Antonio Brown just threw a football at him and walked out. So here's what his teammates have been saying, and here's my problem. I hate how us as a team, we're basically the Kardashians. We go to the media with everything, every single thing. Now, when Big Ben was asked about this, when he makes his weekly radio appearance on 93.7 The Fan, here's what he had to say. He said, "That's kind of baffling thing to me. People are making a big deal about a walkthrough on Wednesday, that there was a blow up, a fight between he and I. I don't know anything about that. If there was a blow up or something, I should as heck didn't see it. You know, this big deal was made about that, and I'm not really sure where that comes from. I talked to AB on Thursday morning because after the walkthrough, AB left on Wednesday, and then on Thursday morning, I talked to AB, and everything was great and fine. And then this story just keeps growing. Like I said, I consider AB to be one of my closest friends on the team, so I'm not really sure why or where some of this blow up is coming from." Now, Big Ben said that he talked to AB on Thursday, but Big Ben also said he and I talked, and I mean, that's the last time I spoke with him. So he said that he texted AB, but AB didn't respond back. But they talked Thursday. So I'm really confused. Maybe I'm getting this a little misconception, but if he didn't talk to AB when he left practice, or he didn't talk to AB Thursday, because I don't think AB showed up to the facility Friday. Somebody let me know in the comment section if I'm getting this wrong. But I'm confused at this point. The Steelers are a confusing team. I don't know how we have so much talent and yet we don't make it to the playoffs. But anyway, to read the rest of this quote, he said, "I reached out to him numerous times. I called him, texted him. I know other guys on the team have to and haven't heard back from him. But Thursday morning, he and I talked and there was no issue, so I'm not really sure." Okay, so now he came Thursday. So after the walkthrough, him and Antonio Brown, he tried to reach Antonio Brown after the walkthrough, after they got into the heated argument, and Antonio Brown didn't respond to anybody. But then they talked Thursday. And Big Ben thought everything was cool. So Big Ben took the denial approach that nothing happened. But we all knew something happened. And obviously he lied, because if he said there wasn't a blow up, then why in his second quote he said he tried to reach out to him? Something had to happen if you had to reach out to him. Now here's what Cam Hayward said. Cam Hayward, the defensive captain, here's what he had to say. He said, "We all want AB here, but to be a part of this team, you can't do that. You let your brothers down." It hurt more knowing that there were multiple people in that locker room giving everything they got. I think everybody wants AB on the team, but we got to be on the same page. Woo. And this is also what Cam Hayward said. He said, "From the top to the bottom, we all have to be accountable for it. I'm sure General Manager Kevin Colbert, Coach Mike Tomlin will be talking to him going forward. That's unacceptable. We all signed up for this game, and we all signed up to be part of this team." With Cam Hayward's quotes that he just said, that really put the nail in the coffin for me. Antonio Brown is leaving. This is the same exact thing that happened with the Le'Veon Bell incident. Players like Cam Hayward speaking out, it's like they were going against them. No support. Nobody said everybody makes mistakes. Cam Hayward should be accountable for going to the media for this. You don't have to go to the media for every little small thing. We need to stop doing that. As a team, we should make a private meeting, keep the media out, don't let nobody know, and talk about issues instead of just going to the media for every single freaking thing that happens. And this same exact thing happened with Le'Veon, and it seemed like the whole locker room was against them. Now, this situation is similar, although the whole locker room isn't against them. But you just can't do things like this. And I think this is the reason why Antonio Brown's time for the Pittsburgh Steelers is up. And that's the truth. Antonio Brown has to be traded. And the Pittsburgh Steelers need a culture change. And the culture change will be trading Antonio Brown. Mike Tomlin has to put his foot down. Mike Tomlin has to change the culture of the locker room. The Seattle Seahawks had to do it last year. You had guys speaking out against Russell Wilson and Pete Carroll. So what did? They got the noisy mouths out. They got Richard Sherman away, and they traded away Michael Bennett to the Philadelphia Eagles. So something has to happen. Now, hopefully when we get rid of distractions, Le'Veon Bell, hopefully he'll be gone. And Antonio Brown, if we trade him, he'll be gone. So 2 distractions. Obviously, we can't get rid of Big Ben because he's the quarterback, and we don't have a solid quarterback to replace him. And Big Ben, he's not interested in this too. Big Ben, he's a drama queen himself. Big Ben, when we drafted Mason Rudolph, he had something slick out his mouth to say. So we know he can be a diva also. But Antonio Brown, he has to be traded. We have to change the culture of the locker room, and it starts with getting rid of Antonio Brown. And that's why I have made a list of possible destinations. Now, a lot of people think that he's going to go to the San Francisco 49ers because he unfollowed the Pittsburgh Steelers on Instagram and followed the San Francisco 49ers on Instagram. It's just ignorant, and he's just being a little baby at this point. Not also that, but he went on a little Twitter quote. He said, "My options may seem limited by people or circumstances. It is then that I remind myself I am in command of my attitude. I am divinely blessed with free will. I utilize that gift, choosing to take charge of my life, to express the creativity, I don't know what that word is, and wholeness that truly defines me." I don't know what any of that meant, but just do you, Antonio Brown. And then George Kittle said, "Sup?" And then Antonio Brown replied with the superstar emojis. And then Ron Clark, he went on a little thing on ESPN about Antonio Brown and his personality. And ESPN posted it on their Instagram page. And Antonio Brown commented, "Uncle Tom," which was kind of funny to me. But here are the possible trade destinations for Antonio Brown. Have the Green Bay Packers, the Buffalo Bills, the San Francisco 49ers, and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. If we trade Antonio Brown, the Pittsburgh Steelers are not going to be trading him to where he wants to go. So for all you San Francisco 49er fans, don't get your hopes up really, really high unless you guys give us an offer that really, really blows it away. We're going to do the best for our organization, not what's best for Antonio Brown, but what's best for us. Now, if we really, really want to be evil, we could trade him to the Buffalo Bills and let him catch passes from Josh Allen. Maybe he doesn't deserve to go to a offensive-minded coach like Mike Shanahan and have a good GM like John Lynch and a good quarterback and Jimmy Garoppolo. We could just let him pass passes from Josh Allen, who throws the ball about 5 yards where it needs to go anyway. We could be evil there because Buffalo needs wide receiver help. Tampa needs wide receiver help with the departure of Deshaun Jackson. Antonio Brown and Mike Evans will make a good combo there. On the Green Bay Packers, we know they need wide receiver help as well. And the San Francisco 49ers, who have been interested in him. So those are possible trade destinations. People are probably going to say the Patriots, but we're not going to trade him to the Patriots at all. Why would we trade him to a rival? So to end this video, the truth about Antonio Brown is he needs to be traded. We need a culture change, and it starts right now with getting rid of Antonio Brown. And that's the truth. So let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. Make sure to like the video,